Being a member of the SDA means you make a difference to the lives of hundreds of thousands of workers right across the country. You are never alone at work when you're a member of the SDA. You're a part of a movement that stands up for fairer and safer workplaces every single day. In 2023, the SDA again campaigned to lift wages for retail, warehousing and fast food workers.
About $57 a week for 2.6 million workers from July 1. That's almost $3,000 more in people's pay packets a year.
Thousands of workers sent us their stories demonstrating the harsh reality of the soaring cost of living. We made sure your voice was heard, and once again won a pay rise for millions of workers in the Fair Work Commission's annual wage review. While employers pushed for a minimal increase, the SDA understood just how important it was for your wages to go up.
A union representing McDonald's workers is seeking at least $250 million in compensation for more than 250,000 people. If successful, the case would be one of the biggest of its kind in Australia's history.
If your employer does the wrong thing, the SDA is there to speak up on your behalf.
And McDonald's corporate, and we'll be alleging that young workers didn't get their paid rest break. They must be made good, and that's where the $250 million in compensation comes in. But in addition to that, the SDA will also be pursuing penalties, and that'll be up to the federal court. But we're not ruling out penalties in, again, the same order of $250 million. So this is a huge case that we are taking on behalf of McDonald's workers.
Whether it's talking to your store manager or taking legal action when it's needed. In 2023, we've had huge success ensuring you get a fair go at work and that you receive every cent owed to you.
This is all about changing practices inside McDonald's. We want people to get their breaks going forward, and we want compensation for those breaks that have been missed in recent years.
If you aren't getting a paid break, Macca's is stealing from you. So join your union, the SDA. Stand up together against the crooks stealing your wages.
The federal Labor government's new industrial legislation has helped unions get back to bargaining again too.
Find a worker that does a 5-day week and they'll beat it by 20%.
This is a huge breakthrough for Bunnings workers and a real game changer for retail.
40,000 workers in all Australian Bunnings stores now have much greater access to the greatest commodity, time. These new conditions will be run as a trial until it's officially signed off by the Fair Work Commission, and will see staff work either a 4-day week or 9-day fortnight. They'll also gain an extra week of annual leave and get a pay rise of 10.5% over the next 3 years.
A whole range of employers are now negotiating with us for new agreements. That means improved pay and conditions for you, locked in for several years. It may be 2023, but women are still facing serious disadvantages at work.
The new entitlements come into effect tomorrow, giving full-time, part-time and casual employees up to 10 days leave at their full rate of pay if they're experiencing domestic violence.
It takes paid leave to leave. That what this is about is literally a life-saving entitlement.
This bill will not by itself solve the problem of family and domestic violence, but it does mean no employee in Australia will ever again be forced to make a choice between earning a wage and protecting the safety of themselves and their families.
We've worked hard to put genuine changes in place following years of campaigning on issues that impact women. You should never be harassed at work by a manager, customer, or anyone. It's not okay. Not ever. And you shouldn't be punished for needing your employer to consider all of the responsibilities you have outside of work, like caring for loved ones. Our big campaign to eliminate abuse from customers continues. All through the year, we're calling for customers to show respect to keep you safe. And we bring together workers, employers, the community and government to make changes to workplaces to keep everyone safer. The SDA has been the driver of new laws against abuse from customers in South Australia, New South Wales, the NT and WA.
Penalties will be imposed on those who abuse New South Wales retail workers. New reforms to be introduced will aim to convict anyone who assaults, stalks or intimidates workers. Offenders could face 11 years behind bars if found guilty of causing grievous bodily harm. Data from the Bureau of Crime Statistics and Research reveals rates of violence against employees soared 78% during COVID.
The introduction of this bill is an important step to ensure that our retail workers are supported and kept safe in their workplace. In a survey conducted by the Shop, Distributive and Allied Employees Association, otherwise known as the SDA, the union that protects and represents retail workers, their survey identified a significant epidemic of abuse against retail workers. The SDA received an overwhelming response. More than 85% of respondents indicated they had been subject to verbal abuse.
Our priority isn't just your pay, conditions and safety. SDA members deserve secure jobs and fair wages that allow you to enjoy life outside of work. That's something we value and continue to protect. No matter where you are, we're at work with you in every state and territory across Australia. We listen to you and work to protect and improve what's important to you. When our union grows, so does our strength to make a difference. SDA members make work better, safer and fairer for everyone.